This is Joyce, and I am here with another Saturday morning challenge of friends, where my friend Shanta and I eat every few weeks. We do a challenge, and this week's challenge was to make a mini album. We've done cards, and we decided to broaden our horizons and do a mini album that it didn't have to be fancy, just a mini album. Whatever design we wanted. We didn't have any specifics, there was nothing specific about it. You just make what you want to make, but it had to be an album, and it had to have plenty of room for photos. Well, you know, my life is all about the photos. And I made a paper bag album, and the paper bags that I used were these, which I bought. They're from Michael's, and they had their Studio 18. These were in their $1.50 baskets from 2013. At the end of 2013, I paid 25 cents a set, 5 per package. And I must have bought about, I've used 2, so I've got 4 left. So 5 bags come in there, and they have days of the weeks on there, but you're going to cover that up anyway. So that was for my base. And the paper that I used was this one. It is from Nature's Garden from Prima. And look at my pad. It is almost gone. I had done some other things out of it, made some cards and different things. Finally, this pad is almost gone. And what I'm going to do with the last few pages is I made some cards with some of it, so I've got some cards also to show you. But I'm going to take and make some 4x6 and 3x4 cards for my scrapbooking to use in my Project Life pages. So, and that will be finished. I love it when I finish a pad or any product that I can actually finish it off. So I'm going to cut these up tonight, and that will be the end of that pad. Okay, so my album is vintagey. How cute is that? I used everything from my stash. That is the paper bags. I sewed my paper bags together, and it wasn't pretty, but I did sew them. Like I said, 6x6 paper, so I only had to cut off about 1/2 inch on one side and less than that on the other. There is plenty of room. And normally I would have started with the outside, but I want to show the pages that, yes, I didn't decorate. I didn't put any decorations. There is plenty of room for photos. And as you can see, my sewing isn't perfect, but it's held together. And like I said, plenty of room for pictures, photos. Yeah, I've got to practice on that because some of the pages feel loose, but like I said, they're pretty well together. I did leave some of the paper bags open so you can stick in goodies or memorabilia. I just love these papers. Look at that page. I mean, seriously, what else do you need on that? The papers are so pretty. And it had all these different wonderful colors. And see there, my sewing is not perfect. I think I'm going to go in and kind of try to pull that back together some. They had different shades of pinks and greens and creams on the papers. I just really love that. And this one. And that, all the papers are so pretty. Like I said, it's paper bag. I'm gonna tighten it up some just because my sewing is awful. And for my binding, I just used regular cardstock, and this was the last little piece of that. It's pink, and that's the last little piece that I had. So I embossed it with Cuttlebug, one of the folders from the romance novel Cuttlebug set, and so that I wouldn't have problems with the tearing. See, it actually tore some from the embossing. It just started to pull apart. I used tie back on the back of it so that when it's open and closed, it won't fall apart, it won't break up, because it is protected with the tie back, which came from a mailing envelope. I used this bling from, I think I got it at Big Lots long time ago, so I'm using all products. So that's what this piece is here. This is a flower that I made using lace from Joann's. I crocheted a doily, or if you want to call it that, and then this is a piece of lace that I sewed together and poured it. And this piece of bling, it was in my stash, and I'm not really sure where it came from. This Cherish, which is all that I wanted for my title, it's from Michael's set from their $1.50 bin or $2 bin, and it was 5 or 6 pieces of metal words on it, so I've used the Cherish. Look at that paper. That paper is just gorgeous. The ribbon is from my stash, and it just ties, oops, it just ties here and put a knot in it, and that's it for the thing. And like I say, it's not perfect, but I do love how it turned out, and that's just another page from that pack of paper. I mean, the papers are gorgeous. I love that vintage feeling. I love that there are different variations of color from page to page. And so that is my album. It was quick, it was easy. Like I said, my sewing, I still haven't got that down packed to sew the pages together, but it will hold, and I'm gonna go in and just kind of take another piece of string and pull those pages closer together. A couple of them were kind of like I didn't attach them, but anyway, I love how my album came out. I love that I was able to use one of my flowers. I was looking at those and I thought, you know, I made them and I hadn't used them, and I did use some to ink it and make it not so bright because the lace was very bright. I used some of the Victorian velvet, just kind of inked around the edges of the flower, and that is it. But I told you I made some cards using up some more of my papers, and I used this pack, matte stack tube, and I use this, basically the green, or the one I used, there is no more. So I use that to mat my cards, and this one is mostly plain. And I haven't stamped the backs or anything, and they're just note cards. So I use, and the paper is just gorgeous, so I didn't feel like I needed anything else on that. And then some I use ribbons, because I rarely use ribbons on my cards, but I used ribbons and a string of some of that bling on that one because that paper was more plain. More paper, like I said, I got ribbon for days that I don't use, so I use that. I ink the edges with Distress Ink Olive. I can't remember the exact name of it. It's something olive. Crushed olive. Crushed olive. So I ink these edges with crushed olive also. Another one that I just added ribbon, because the paper really speaks for itself. And that's the last one. So basically, I got a set of note cards. I'm going to have some cards for my scrapbooking. And that is it. Hi, Shanta. Haven't talked to you in a few days. Here's my album. It is finished. I had to keep it simple just because my mind was not working much this week. It's been cold and lots of work and other things going on. So girls, and okay, I think Anna Marie Davis is going to be joining us again this week. So go by and check out both her and Shanta. You know Shanta, you love her work. She is fabulous. And so is Anna Marie. So I'll put their links in the bottom. And that is it. I think I've let this video drag on. It's 10 minutes and I have no lines left on my camera. So yes, I have to go. Happy Saturday, happy crafting, and I'm going to be in trying to get some work done tomorrow because it is so cold here. Bye everybody. Have a good evening.